Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Drako over there. He is hugging the box of Machina Arcana or Machina Arcana. I think it's Machina. And so we will start playing soon. I will just explain a few things. This is a dungeon crawler game and this is a prototype. That's what I was going to say. It's on Kickstarter right now, just since a few days. So go check out the Kickstarter link to see how it's going to look in the final product. Now, I think this it's a really nice thick cardboard and all that, really nice prototype. So yeah, and the Drako meeple is here as well, of course, the glass Drako meeple. Drako wanted to be this magician lady because she can, you know, throw fireballs and all that. That's at least in his imagination. That's what's happening. And so I'll be the bruiser guy over here, melee guy. We'll fight the monsters. Drako is the mystic. And this is a cooperative game. We are going into the dungeon here. We are going to meet monsters and we're going to hopefully defeat them and get through this dungeon. And so we have, this is scenario based, so I will just play a little bit of the first intro scenario so I don't spoil too much for you. So we are at the entrance and we're going to go into the dungeon. I'm not going to go into all the story and all that. You can discover that for yourself if you think this game is something that might fit you. Anyhow, we have a lot of stats in this game. So we have the monster threat level, which level the monsters are at. We have the spawns, we have the arcane or evil events. A lot of stuff to keep track of. I will try my best to not mess up too bad. If I do, please, you know, if you are watching this and you have a better idea, tell me in the comment section or tell the other viewers. So we have a bunch of monster standees over here. They look really nice. So we have these standees here. So if this guy comes in, I'll just put him in a standee like this and he'll join the map. And we have our characters. Here's my bruiser. Here's Drako. And well, yeah, we're not going to use the glass dragon. He's just going to stand there as he usually does to indicate who is me and who's Drako. We have a bunch of cards out here, different kinds of items and so on. But you know what? Let's just start playing and you will see how it goes as we play. So we can choose whoever starts. So let's say that Drako will go first. And he has on his player board, as you can see here, this means that he has 6 stamina right now. So he can do stuff using stamina up to a number of 6 and then his turn will be over. Once both of us have done our turns, then we will go into the spawning phase and the horror phase and the monsters phase where they move around and all that. If there's any monsters, we'll see. So Drako, I think he will start off here. He will go 1, 2. So he's up to this mechanism thing over there. And now he can spend 3 stamina to interact with it. A recharge station, it's called. Well, actually, he doesn't need to do that. Because if he does that, he will be able to roll this die and get some health back or some stamina. But he doesn't need that. He's full health. No. He will interact with this event space. And that cost him 3 stamina, was 2 to move and now 3, so he's down to 1 stamina. And now he's interacting with this and we will draw the... So that means that, let's see, we will place one of these tiles on it to indicate that Drako has used it. And Drako will get 1 essence. This is a meter here as well that we have stored on 0, but we can work that up and use it for different kinds of effects. We can use it so we don't take damage, we can lose essence instead and so on. We can also use it for special attacks and stuff like that. Drako has a special thing here that he can spend to restore a health to any explorer, so he could heal me basically. Also Drako has an arcane attack, so he has a ranged attack. I have the close combat. But we'll see, we'll get to that when we start fighting, but I guess we will do that. So, Drako is doing this, and he will draw an event card. Let's see what that is. So, within the reach. First reach your target in your mind, then reaching your target in reality will just be a formality. Oh, okay. So he got some new sort of abilities that he can use, like he can spend 3 Ah, this is pretty cool. It's like telekinesis. So with this, this is active. He can. This is going to be active. It's going to be the top card from the event. It's going to be active until we do something else. Then this will be covered over. So he can activate the target chest. So he can open a chest from 2 spaces away, and he can also do an event space like he did now from 2 spaces away. So it's like we can activate stuff from distance, and I can do that as well because this is the active event. So that's kind of cool. And he still has 1 stamina, so he will use that to move, I think. I'll just move up here. Okay, and now it is time for the, what's it called? The bad guys, basically. No, we will both go, if I understand this correctly. I must say that I had some issues trying to learn this game, because basically I think it's mostly because I'm not used to this kind of games where I mean, for me this feels a bit like Arkham Horror, or there's a lot of rules, there's a lot of stuff to keep track of, there's a lot of if this happens, do this and that and so on. But I think, yeah. Okay, so it's my turn, and let's see. I want to open a chest, I think, because I want to find some nice equipment. So I'll spend. Let's see. I'll do 1, and now I can actually. Let's see. I'll do 1, 2 anyway, and I'll do this chest over here, and that is cost me 3. So that's a total of 5 stamina to do that. And now I will go for. I will open a chest. So we will go into the rulebook once again, because depending on which type of character you are, you will get different stuff, basically. So I will get, because I'm the bruiser, the close combat guy, I think I will get an extra weapon. I'll get an extra weapon. So what I'll do is, I think then that I will do, I can choose any deck that I want over here. There's 4 different decks. And I can choose any one and take a card, and then I also get, what's it called? I can also get a weapon. So maybe I'll do, well, I don't get both of them, I get to choose. So I think I'll just take 2 weapons over here, and I get to choose one of them to keep. So a balanced blade. This is basically, it's a close combat attack that takes 2 stamina to use. And I will roll a black die. It's called a high attack with the black die. It has higher sort of successes on this one than the white one that right now, without a weapon, I can only roll 1 white die. So that's pretty good. And I can also do this sort of special attack here, where I get 2. I can sort of leap, basically. So I get 2 white dice and a range of 2. Or I can get the glimpse catcher. And this is a ranged attack. What is that? Some kind of gun, I guess. So I can shoot something 3 away, and it's yeah, this is pretty good. When I hit, explorers can target ethereal units this round. I think I'll go for this because having a ranged weapon seems pretty good. So I'll go for that. I'll just bear this other card. So now I have a gun. So I can use that if need be. But I think there's gonna be some monsters showing up pretty soon. And I still have 1 stamina, so I guess I'll use that to move a little bit more. Just go in here. Now we still don't sort of, what's it called? We're supposed to go to the second chapter, of course, because the only thing we do in this chapter is the setup and place the entry token. I totally forgot that. Of course we need to move on here, otherwise we don't know what to do. So our goal here in Trail of Blood, the second chapter of the first scenario that we're playing. Here is a blocking thing. We need to do something to move on to the next stage. And here we can sacrifice a health to move up to 3 spaces. That's pretty cool. 4 times we need to sacrifice a health to get to the next chapter. And actually each explorer moves up to 2 spaces. I think this was supposed to happen as soon as we reveal this, but I think we would have gone there where we are anyhow, so it doesn't matter. By the way, I should cover this as well, because now I did open that chest, and I should also get 1 essence because of that. So there we go. And so yeah, I guess this is something we can do. Sacrifice a health to get to the next chapter. I think we'll wait a bit with that and see if a monster shows up, because now we go to the spawning phase. And if we take a look at the spawning meter here, we're at 7. That's where we started. Now we will roll this, what is this? This die here. I don't know what it's called. And we will see if a monster shows up. So we have 7. So if we roll 7 or higher, a monster will show up. I think we need to roll it twice actually. I think it's once per player or character basically, if I'm not mistaken. So we have the spawn phase and we're going to roll once per player, yeah. So I'm rolling and we got an 8, so we get a monster. Okay, and then we will draw a monster from the monster deck over here. And it's a Migo. Oh, I recognize this guy from sort of Mansion of Madness and stuff like that. He has an arcane attack, but it's a close combat, and he will roll 3 dice. That sounds bad. When he dies, the attacker invokes an explorer. Okay, so we get an event if we kill him. He has an armor of 3, mind of 4. Armor is basically physical defense, and mind is sort of against Draco's fireballs and stuff like that. It's a defense. And then he has 2 health and he has 5 stamina. Okay, and he goes down here, and the monsters, he will act soon. The monsters act in order, so we place it like that, and then if we get more monsters, we just place them out here and they act in that order that it came out. Okay, that's not good. But then Draco's gonna roll as well. Well, actually, we should put the monster out on the board, of course. So let's see if we can find that guy. Here he is. And he's going to spawn. Now there's spawn points. There's one there and one in the middle here. He's going to spawn as close to us as he can. So he'll spawn in the middle, of course. Like that. And now Draco will roll. Let's see. Oh, that's a 5, so it's okay. So we're not going to spawn anything for Draco. But since we rolled beneath this, we will lower it. So now the risk of spawning something next turn is greater. Okay, and so now we go to the horror phase. Let's see. So, yeah, the horror phase says that we are going to one of us. We start to place all horror markers next to the, yeah. One player rolls to die. If the roll is equal to or greater than the horror rating value, we will draw an horror event. And the horror rating value is over here, so it's a 4. So if we roll 4 or higher, we get a horror event. And we got a 3, so that's okay. No horror event for us, which is good, because I think they're all bad. And that's it for that. Now we go to the monster phase. So now the monster will, first of all, he will try to attack us. And so to do that, he needs to move a little bit. Let's see, it's the same distance between us, and we have... Oh yeah, Draco has lower health than me, so he will attack Draco. So he'll go over here. So he's adjacent to Draco, and that was 1 stamina for him. And now it costs him 2 stamina to do an attack, so he can do that. And he will do an arcane attack. We'll use 3 dice. And let's see. So Draco has what does he have? He has 2 armor. Let's see how many hits he gets. Oh, he got 4 hits. So he will get an hit, which means Draco loses a health, basically. So Draco goes down to 3 health, and if you go to 0, you die. And then the other player can keep going. And it's kind of fun mechanism here, because if you're playing cooperative like this with many players, if somebody dies, they become the monster, and they get to control the monster. So they have something to do, which is nice when you have player elimination. I like that there's something happening for them, which also makes the game harder, because they will be able to do not just these deterministic moves, they will have an intelligent player controlling the monsters. So that was the monster phase, and now we will once again go to our explorer phase, where we can do stuff. And we need to kill this guy, of course. So let's fight. So I think I have I can shoot him with my rifle, right? So once again, I get my, let's see, we both get our stamina recharged. And I will shoot this guy, and I will spend 2 stamina to do an attack, and I will roll 1 black die. And let's see, he has an armor of 3. Wow, can I even beat that? The maximum I can get on this die is 3. Okay, yeah, okay. So I need to get a 3, basically. If I get a 3, he will take 1 damage, because I will sort of just scratch him, as the rulebook says. So let's try that out. I'm shooting at him, and I got a 2, so I missed him. Or he blocked me with armor. So I'll spend 2 more and do another attack. And that's a 1, and I'll spend my last 2 for a 1. So no hit on the monster. Now it's Draco's turn. And Drako can, let's see, he only has a white die, so there's no way he can hit this guy. Wow, it's really tough here in the beginning. I think Drako needs to, instead fighting him, Drako needs to search and find a better weapon. But to do that, he needs to find, he needs to get to a chest, basically. But remember, because of this event, we can access a chest from 2 spaces away. So Drako could go 1, 2, 3. It's not gonna be enough. There's a chest over there. It's kind of hard to see on these map tiles, I think, what is what. There's like rubble here that's blocking, so you can't shoot through it. But yeah, it's really hard to tell. I hope they fix that for the final version, so it's easier to see stuff on the map. He can go 1, 2, 3, and he can access this chest from range 2. So he will do that. That will be 3 movement and 3 stamina to access the chest over there. So we'll put one of these things here, and he'll get an essence as well. And now he will draw cards, and he will get what's it called, like an arcane or like a magic item. I'm looking for the proper word here. An artifact. He will get an artifact and a card of his choice, and he'll go for a weapon, I think. So the weapon is a hunting scope, increase weapons range by 1. He doesn't have any weapons, so. Or you can go for this technogenic dynamo. Switch targets unit's armor and will this round. Oh, so basically, oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, that's awesome, because this guy, no, he has 4 in will. I was thinking he had 1 in will, because then he could switch these, so it's easier for us to kill him. But I mean, this could be good for Drako later on, right? If we have an enemy that has a strong defense in one of the categories but not in both, then he can switch it up. So he'll take that one for now. But it's going to be hard to kill this guy for sure. Okay, so let's see. Drako did his turn. Now we go to the spawn, and now it's a 6 or higher. So I'll roll, and it's a 9. So we'll spawn another guy. So we'll get another monster out. Some kind of weird tree in the cartoon. Let's see, where is that guy? Oh, here he is. Okay, so we'll place this down here, and we'll put out another monster on the board. And again, he's going to spawn as close to us as he can, so he'll spawn over here. Let's see, he has a special ability. If wounded monsters exist, restore 1 health to monsters. Otherwise, an arcane attack against us. Oh wow, he's immobile though, he can't move away. But yeah, so he will just stand there basically and heal the other guy though. This is so bad. We're really in a tough situation already, and this is just a level 1 monster, so I can't imagine how the big guys are. Okay, so we have to roll for Drako as well, see if anything spawns. And after we did this, we're going to reset it to 6, which is it's 6 already. And Drako rolled a 1, so no more monsters. Thanks for that. And then we go to the horror, and we will roll for the horror check, and it's at 4, right? So let's see, and that was not a roll, come on. Oh, 7, okay, so we have a horror event as well, so we'll check out what that is. Overrun. Oh, let's see, this text is quite small, but a breach danced and swirled I can't say that word around us. It's like, yeah, it's affecting us. Moving forward until it reached the place whence our enemy came forth in an ever-increasing, seamlessly endless drove. When it arrived, it's actually correct, because there just keep coming enemies. When it arrived at its destination, the air grew ominously still, but was replaced by a disquieting glow that emanated from those dreaded spawning points. Really like old style English here. Apart from me, I'm a Swede. Okay, so we're going to repeat the spawn phase. Oh, how fun! We're gonna have another spawn phase. Yeah, because we're overrun. Makes sense, right? Okay, so I'll roll for the spawn once again. Wow, and this should actually have moved down when Drako rolled. Yeah, because since there was no spawning, it moves down. Okay, so for me, it's a 9, so we get another monster. Wow, I can already see how we're going to lose this. A moon beast. And he has oh, he's really strong in attacks. Wow. Wow. We are going to lose this for sure. But let's see. We'll here's the moon beast. And I guess now that the spawn point is taken, I think, if I understand it correctly, tell me in the comment section if I'm wrong, if you know this, but I think he'll come over here because that one is taken already. And now we have to roll for, now we reset this to a 6 because there was something spawning, and now it's Drako, and he rolled an 8, so we get another monster. Wow, and now we have a, what's this, Editon, and he has a ranged attack. And when he dies, we get an item from him. And if he's the only monster, he is ethereal. Ethereal are sort of specialized monsters, they're stronger and it's sort of harder to hit them, so on. And let's see, where's this guy? He's here. I will put him out. And I guess he will come like next to the spawn point then. So I'll just put him here. Okay. So 4 monsters out, and we can't barely scratch them because we don't have any good weapons. Wow, so tough this game. And now they're going to move and fight and so on. And so we start with the Migo. And he's going to move, let's see. Yeah, he's going to move after Drako. And he's going to attack him with 3 white dice. And that's a total of 4. So once again, Drako takes a hit. So he's down to 2 health. And this cartoon guy, let's see, Arcane attack 3, yeah. Well, he doesn't have any range from what I can see, so he can't attack anything and he can't move. So then we have the Moon Beast, and he has a stamina of 5, so he'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can only reach me. And now he moved, so he can't attack because, well, he used all his stamina to move. And this Editon guy has a stamina of 5, but he has a ranged attack, so he can go 1, 2, and now he can shoot me with 3 white dice. And I'm a bit stronger in defense. I have 3 armor, so we'll see how this goes. Wow, he rolled a 4 as well. So I'll take a hit, so I'm down to 4 health, and now it is our turn. Wow, this is really tough, this game. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I try to read the rules at least. I try to figure out how this works. Yeah, I'm just trying to demonstrate how the game works for you, and you can see how it looks and all that, and then you can decide if you want to back it. Okay, and this is, by the way, I didn't mention this at the beginning, but this is the 2nd edition for the game. There was the 1st edition some years ago that was really successful on Kickstarter, and also as I'm filming this, because I'm 1 day late basically, so I already seen that it's already funded, so go check it out. You have the link down in the description and the little eye there. Okay, so I think we'll stop there. You've seen a few rounds, you've seen a bit of fighting. I think we're gonna lose this. Drako only has 2 health. I only have 4. I don't know how to solve this. I think we've been a bit unlucky with the spawning. I think we should have focused, maybe from the start, just go for the chests and get better items basically, but yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to mention that of course there's a bunch of map tiles like this, and if we go to the edge of the map we can spend 2 stamina to explore, and we can have a 2x2 grid and even move further because you will have a rolling exposure. And at the end of the scenario there's like an end piece, so this is the end for the first scenario, horror in the ice as it's called. And yeah, we have a bunch of tiles that I haven't shown you. There's like doors, there's different like we have on our own board we have these tiles that we can place out if we do some kind of a lasting effect like a trap or something. Also on the map we have some traps. I will show you just like this. Like this, here we have a trap. If we have some guy standing next to it, we can activate it to hurt him and so on. We have an armor bench over here that we can activate to get stuff as well. And as we go, we will sort of, now the decks only consists of level 1 cards. But if the monster's threat goes up and so on, and they will become stronger, we will get level 2 monsters in there, or we might get level 2 items in the item decks, so we get stronger stuff. So this game evolves. There's a lot to do if you're into this kind of game, which I'm not. Maybe that's obvious from my channel. I'm more of a Euro gamer. But if you like this kind of games, I think you're gonna enjoy this. It's really cool with all. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of depth in this. There's a lot of stuff you can do. So anyhow, I think that's it for Machina Arcana. I think it's called or Machina Arcana, and this sort of steampunk horror thing. If you're into that stuff, this is a game for you. So check out the Kickstarter. Thank you so much for watching this run through, and have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.
Be like Drako. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.